Hey everybody, it's Rob, president of My Child's Life Matters and member of Take Up Your Cross Motorcycle Ministry. Um, I was just praying today. Kathy and I have had the privilege of being outdoors most of this lockdown, and today we saw an eagle and all kinds of things that you can't really capture unless you're there and you see it with your own eyes. And the Lord was speaking to me some things that I'd like to share with you. So I'm going to tell an old story that some of you probably have heard before, some of you have not. You probably heard it told differently. This is the way I know it. So, during the Nazi occupation of Poland, churches went underground and they had to worship in homes and they had to worship in private because if they got caught not worshiping in a state church, they could be executed and put to death. So, a church was having a worship service in Poland underground, about 100 people, when a small group of SS soldiers kicked the doors in, rifles blazing, and started shooting into the air as a warning shot. They lined everybody up against the wall, and the leader of the particular SS group of soldiers looked everybody in the eye and gave them the option. He said, I give you all one chance here and now to deny Jesus Christ, and I'll let you leave and you'll live. And 90 people ran out the door, leaving 10 people behind, fearing for their lives, ready to take a bullet to the head. It's then and only then that the SS soldier looked at them all and said, well, good, now that we got all the phonies out of here, let's have church. Which kind of leads me to where we're at today, in whatever day it is, here in the middle of this shutdown pandemic that is serious, real, but at the same time something that we can't deny, and that we have to be honest about everything that's going on. If we're going to talk about it at all, we have to talk about the whole thing. So as you all know, almost every church in our country is shut down due to orders from higher up. And Kathy and I and many of my brothers and sisters believe that the ultimate authority is God, and that no one can tell the church when and where to do worship. I don't really feel like I need to go on and on and on about all of the measures that we think should be taken for people that are older, people that are sick, people that really are catching this strain of the flu and passing away, because we take that just as seriously as we do cancer. And when people die from fentanyl poisoning and that type of thing, we take that very seriously and believe it should be treated with respect. But at the same time, ultimately, we feel that seeking the kingdom of God is first, foremost, and above all things. So, the scriptures that I'm going to go to today are a little hardcore. It's kind of those things about where you would say that these are the things that Jesus said that nobody wants to talk about. So I'm going to jump right into Luke chapter 9, and I'm going to go to verse 57. And it says, as they were walking along the road, a man said to Jesus, I will follow you wherever you go. Jesus replied, foxes have dens, birds have nests, but the Son of Man has no place to lay his head. And he said to another man, follow me. But this man replied, Lord, first let me go home and bury my father. And Jesus said to him, let the dead bury their dead, but you go and proclaim the kingdom of God. And then still another said, I will follow you, Lord, but first let me go back and say goodbye to my family. And Jesus replied, no one. I'm going to reiterate. Jesus replied, no one who puts a hand to the plow and looks back is fit for the service in the kingdom of God. I know that sounds harsh, but those are the words of Jesus. Those are not something that I made up and pulled out of thin air. We believe that the church has left the building, and that it is time for us as fishers of men to leave our nets in the old place. It's time to stop shooting fish in the barrel. And if you're going to try to lead people to Christ, and if you're going to seek the kingdom of God, it's out here. It's not in a building. The days of worshiping in a building seem to have come to an end to us. Um, Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 11, God was speaking to the nation of Israel when he said, "Has a nation changed its gods, even though they are no gods? But my people have changed their glory for that which does not profit. Be appalled, O heavens, at this, and be shocked, be utterly desolate, declares the Lord. For my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, and hewed out cisterns for themselves, broken cisterns that can hold no water." And um, just want to say that unfortunately the churches in America have proven to us that they cannot hold the living water of God. You can't lock it out. You can't shut the doors and hope that it's going to just sit there waiting for you to come back, because it ain't. And it's time for us to stand up, be men and women of God, seeking the kingdom, which is no longer behind a locked door that's only open on Sundays and maybe one time at Wednesdays. The living, breathing Spirit of God dwells 24/7. God is alive. God is still wanting his people to come home. And as we all know, Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. Not a building, not a government shutdown, not anything that anybody can say gives us permission to spread the gospel and to build the kingdom of God. It just may not look like it used to. So hopefully you all, if you don't agree with what I'm saying, it's all good. We would appreciate it if you don't leave any nasty comments, as the page is not just for us but for other people. If you got something to say and you're watching this and you know me, you know my number. Give me a call and we can talk about it face to face. Love y'all. Have a great day.